Welcome to the newest episode of The Huddle. Today we're joined with Lauren Bates, President and Board Chair for Global Gaming Women. How are you today, Lauren?
I'm good. How are you, Kirk?
Perfect. Thank you so much again for joining us. In what ways have you noticed female leadership in the gaming industry progress since Global Gaming Women's inception during 2011?
So I think that's a great question. I think that as an industry, we have made really significant advancements, with women in leadership in general. I would like to say I'm very proud of GGW's contributions. I think the biggest thing for us is, from when we started with through the AGA in 2011, it was, kind of a handful of women in a room trying to figure out how they were going to really kind of pass it on to the next generation of female leaders. And it has grown to, to where we are today, which is a little over 10,000 individuals in our database with an international reach. So very proud of just kind of where we came from to just kind of a handful of baseline offerings for leadership to where we are today. So not only have we expanded our leadership educational series to include, senior level C-suite executives, individual contributors, whether you're in Las Vegas or whether you're in Europe or Canada or Australia. We have educational opportunities and networking opportunities and mentorship offerings available to everyone.
No, absolutely. And as President and Board Chair, where do your responsibilities lie in ensuring the goals of GGW are always met?
Yeah, great question. So for me, it's very much just kind of about oversight. So we have organizational staff that are responsible for the day-to-day operations of the organization. We also have a very hands-on board of individuals and an advisory board that help us also in kind of moving those key initiatives forward.
Absolutely. And I know you mentioned being part of the AGA for quite some time, but I was kind of wondering if you could take me through GGW's split with the AGA in 2016 and how becoming an independent organization helped grow GGW.
Yeah, great question. So AGA is where GGW was initially was founded and kind of where that concept came up. So and I will say it was one of the many initiatives that AGA takes on behalf of our industry. And then really kind of grew. I think it was, thanks to kind of those founding members that they identified a need and a gap in our industry for individuals and for females in the gaming industry, and decided to kind of create this project. And then it grew very quickly. So it grew very quickly and got a lot of traction. So then actually spun off to our own 501c3 in 2016 is when that was.
Absolutely. And I noticed some of the initiatives that the GGW set forth for 2024 was to expand its efforts to markets such as Canada, Europe, Australia, New Zealand. How has that progression fared, and what are your goals for 2025?
Great question. So that was one of the biggest things. I will tell. I'm gonna go back a little bit. So to 2020 to COVID. So for us, when COVID hit, as an organization, that's really where we saw exponential growth, because all of a sudden we had a lot of members that were home, and all of a sudden, we were able to very quickly pivot some of our offerings into an online space. So not only were people able to attend things live, but we also started really building out our membership database and our membership offerings, so that way people could then consume these offerings on their own time. So that's when we really saw this massive growth in international membership. And candidly, we weren't ready for it. we were not ready for it from an organizational perspective. So one of the things that we really have been focusing on is that, again, whether you are a member, it doesn't matter where you are in the world or where you are in your career, that you're still getting that high caliber offering. So whether you're getting it again here in the States or in Canada or in Europe or wherever it may be, that you're still getting that same GGW experience. So really, so we actually saw double-digit growth, and we've continued to see double-digit growth. And candidly, we expect that to probably be the same this year. We've got our first educational international offerings that we're launching this year. So very excited about that. Also have some international partners that we're partnering with to kind of get the message out and get a lot of our offerings out to their teams. So really excited about kind of where that is and where we're headed this year.
That's fantastic to hear. I can definitely agree that during COVID, I've kind of seen a lot of companies were either not ready for the growth that you saw or the decline in operations that came with COVID, and obviously companies having to shut down. So,
Yeah.
and the resources that you speak about, what kind of help does GGW put towards women that are looking to build their presence in the gaming industry, especially for leadership roles?
So we're very fortunate. So as a 501c3 organization, so we are the Global Gaming Women Education Fund. So education is at the core of everything that we do for our members, and it's thanks to our generous sponsors and industry sponsors that we're able to offer membership for free. So anyone is able to go on to globalgamingwomen.org and sign up, and they get immediate access to a whole library of resources. So one of the things, again, I talked a little bit about, we really have expanded our offering to kind of that. Initially, when we launched, we had what was called the pyramid. So we have kind of multiple levels of leadership trainings available. So we've got foundations, which is going to be kind of for that baseline employee. Then we've got leadership, which is going to be for those newly appointed directors, senior managers. Then we've got W, which is our women's conference, which was our most senior. So since that initial offering, we've continued to expand. So we've got now Spark Brilliance, which is an executive accelerator. We still currently offer a virtual masterclass that anyone can sign up for and attend on a monthly basis. So not only can you build your hard and your soft skills, we also have the Fair Game podcast, which we launched last year, which is a really fun opportunity to have genuine and candid conversation with industry leaders for our members and have some kind of two-way conversation and learnings. And then we have our Lean In Circles, which is going to be it is kind of it's a peer-to-peer mentorship group opportunity that lasts a year. So individuals are able to apply to the program and then basically run through an algorithm to make sure that, we're able to set up these peer-to-peer groups and then they're with each other for a year. And then we also have a couple of new programs that we've been working on over the last couple of years. So one is going to be the One Up, One Down mentorship program, which is almost like an online dating app where you go on and you kind of create a profile and you can say, hey, I want to be a mentor, or hey, I'm a mentee. I'm looking for someone to coach me in these various areas of the business, which is really great because it also takes away that geographic hindrance. So, I can be paired with someone in Dubai or someone in Australia or someone, that I can connect with and learn from on specific areas of expertise.
Awesome. I mean, with all that going on, how do you all stay in constant communication? All the members that are involved with GGW, especially as you each have roles outside of the organization with your respective companies.
Yeah, we have an incredible not only group of just staff, board members, and volunteers. So you'll notice as well, I will say like probably the true superheroes are our marketing committee. If you've noticed, and you probably have in the last couple of years, GGW is significantly more prominent just as far as just visibility and brand recognition and making sure that, we're ensuring all of our members are up to date, whether it's through quarterly newsletters or email blasts or social. I will say we do rely on social a lot for updates, just to make sure that we're getting kind of a broad reach and getting things out in a timely manner.
Absolutely. And not to misspeak here, but I'm sure GGW always wants each hire of the gaming industry to be based on merit. So do you guys ever find difficulty balancing that belief while also promoting female leadership within the industry?
I think, at the end of the day, I think we're all believers of, we want the best person for the job. I don't care who they are or, where they come from, but it's really about making sure that everyone has opportunity, whether it's to network or expand their skills. So that way, when those opportunities come, we're ready and that they're ready. Because I think a lot of times, we talk a little bit about is a lot of sometimes our male counterparts or just other individuals just have more opportunities from a networking perspective, or from a mentorship perspective or a sponsorship perspective. So it's truly about being ready and staying ready and investing in yourselves and in making sure that individuals have opportunity. But again, big believer in, not only is just supporting our members, but then just ensuring that, we're putting forward, and continue to kind of just grow the industry, I will say, as a whole.
No, no, of course. And I mean, it's like you said, it's not necessarily a question of who's who's best for the position, who has the most merit, but as long as everyone's being seen equally, that's the most important part
Yeah.
of the experience, I'm sure.
Yeah,
And
that's
just
it.
speaking about that kind of success, are there any, success stories or certain landmarks that have stuck out to you through the years of GGW?
Honestly, there's so many, like, and I knew you were going to ask this question. I knew you were going to ask something to this.
I had to.
And there's so many. And I think that, the ones that I think I'm probably the most proud of are going to be the ones that maybe aren't the most visible. So I think one of the things, and if any of the studies that you read, whether it's through like the Sandberg Foundation or Lean In, is that, before there was this concept of the glass ceiling, and trying to get women to kind of break through that executive leadership. And I will say, I'm so proud of our industry and the progress that we've made. And truly, that's not really the challenge that we're seeing today. Right now, it's so what the concept is, it's the broken rung, is that it's really, it's that first jump. Is so from when you have, females that are, breaking into the industry, and it's that initial step of that first promotion to manager. And right now we're not seeing a lot of women making that initial step, and at the end of the day, like, that just continues to compound, and it's just really hard to catch up. So it's very interesting to see how the challenges have shifted over the last, 5 to 10 years. So that's really where, again, we're really trying to make sure, again, as we continue to grow, opportunity, and that we continue to grow, baseline offerings for women all throughout, in the various different aspects and times of their career.
And then are there any programs specifically coming out in 2025 that you're excited for to see from GGW?
Yeah, actually, one of the programs that I'm probably the most excited about is we're actually getting ready to launch a partnership with Harvard Business. So this is actually going to allow our members to go on and sign up for a membership, again, free of cost to them, that they can go ahead and get like continuing education and certifications from Harvard Business. Because one of the things that we talked a little bit about was, as we continue to expand these offerings and these leadership development opportunities for our members, how does someone, you're trying to, update your LinkedIn, or you're trying to update your resume, how does someone know what that means, or how does that have any sort of like accreditation? So if you're not familiar with GGW, saying like GGW leadership class, so now being able to, expand that offering and offer that accreditation is really exciting. So that's something that we've been working on for quite some time, and really excited to roll that out this year.
Of course, and I appreciate you speaking on this and for joining us on the huddle today. It's very important work that GGW is doing, and we look forward to seeing how you guys continue these efforts. Thank you so much, Lauren.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. We appreciate you.